Ask the experimenters why they experiment on animals, and the answer is because the animals are like us. Ask the experimenters why it is morally okay to experiment on animals, and the answer is because the animals are not like us. Animal experimentation rests on a logical contradiction. Because I agree with Charles R. Magel, I affirm the following resolution. Resolved. The U.S. federal government should ban all testing that requires the use of animals. In this round, I will prove to my opponent and judge the animal testing is ineffective and harmful. Animals can feel pain as we can, and therefore should be treated the same way we as humans are. Definitions. Animal testing. The use of non-human animals in experiments, but research about animals that involves observing only natural behaviors such as a mouse running a maze is not considered animal testing. Contention 1. Animal testing is ineffective. Subpoint A. 92% of drugs passed by animal tests immediately fail when first tried on humans. As Alan Arthur wrote in his article, clinicians injected 6 volunteers with doses of TGN 1412 that had previously been given with no obvious ill effects to mice, rats, rabbits, and monkeys. Within minutes, the human test subjects were writhing on the floor in agony. The compound supercharged their immune response, which sent all 6 to the hospital. Several of the men suffered permanent organ damage, and one man's head swelled up horribly. Subpoint B. Animal testing is costly and outdated, as Kelly Overton wrote in her article. The National Institution of Health spends billions of dollars annually on medical research techniques that have been rendered obsolete by technological advances. Adult stem cell research is key to our status as the world's leader in medical research. Use of the animals to test the effectiveness of medications and health interventions for a human is akin to using smoke signals instead of email as a method of communication. Animal testing has never really worked. Tests proved penicillin deadly, strychnine safe, and aspirin dangerous. The flipping of a coin would prove 5 times more accurate and much cheaper. As the Humane Society International also wrote on my subpoint B, some animals tests take months or years to conduct and analyze at a cost of hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions of dollars per substance examined. In contrast, computer modeling techniques are lightning fast and are at a much lower cost than animal tests. Contention 2. Animal testing is cruel. Subpoint A. Animals are being tortured and only for failed experiments. As people of the ethical treatment wrote, the stress, sterility, and boredom of sitting in a cage can cause animals that are being tested on to develop neurotic behaviors such as incessantly spinning in circles and rocking back and forth. They shake and cower in fear whenever someone walks past their cage, and after enduring lives of pain, almost all of them will be killed. More than 100 million animals every year suffer and die in cruel chemical, drug, food, cosmetic tests, biology lessons, medical training exercises, and curiosity-driven medical experiments. Hundreds of thousands of animals are poisoned, blinded, killed every year. Mice and rats are forced to inhale toxic fumes, dogs are force-fed pesticides, and rabbits have corrosive chemicals rubbed onto their skin and eyes. Many of these tests produce inaccurate or misleading results. Subpoint B. Animals feel pain just as humans do, as Peter Singer wrote in his book. Nearly all of the external signs that lead us to infer pain in other humans can be seen in other species, especially the species most closely related to us, the species of mammals and birds. We know that these animals have nervous systems very like ours, which respond psychologically like ours do when the animal is in the circumstances in which we would feel pain. Animals have well-developed brains in these areas and can feel impulses, emotions, and feelings. As you now see the pain and suffering that animals go through, the cost of these experiments and inefficiency of them outweigh any small benefits and animal testing might have overall.